Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Neil Brian Galvin and this is NurseBrain. And I want to start this video with a question that might surprise you. What if I told you that bipolar disorder affects approximately 2.8% of the US population, and yet so many people still misunderstand it? We often hear about mood swings, but the reality of living with bipolar disorder is far more complex and often misrepresented. Today, we're diving deep into the truth about bipolar disorder, and trust me, this is a conversation we need to have. In this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about bipolar disorder, what it really is, the different types, the symptoms you might not recognize, and most importantly, the effective treatments available that can help those living with this condition lead fulfilling lives. Now, I want to be upfront. I'm not a mental health professional, but I've spent weeks diving deep into the research on this topic because the more I learned, the more I realized how many misconceptions there are about bipolar disorder. By the end of this video, you'll understand why bipolar disorder is often called the invisible illness and how we can combat the stigma surrounding it together. So, let's get started. Let's start with the basics. Bipolar disorder, formerly known as manic depression, is a mental health condition characterized by extreme mood swings that include emotional highs, mania or hypomania, and lows or depression. But here's the thing, it's not just about feeling happy or sad. These mood swings can affect sleep, energy, activity levels, judgment, behavior, and the ability to think clearly. There are several types of bipolar disorder, and understanding these differences is crucial. Bipolar 1 disorder. This involves at least one manic episode, which may be preceded or followed by hypomanic or major depressive episodes. Mania can be severe and may lead to psychosis. Bipolar 2 disorder. This involves at least one major depressive episode and at least one hypomanic episode, but never a full manic episode. It's important to note that bipolar 2 is not a milder form of bipolar 1, it's a separate diagnosis. Cyclothymic disorder. This is characterized by periods of hypomanic symptoms and periods of depressive symptoms lasting for at least 2 years, 1 year in children and adolescents. The symptoms are less severe in those of full-blown episodes. Other specified and unspecified bipolar and related disorders. These includes bipolar symptoms that do not match the three categories listed above. Understanding these distinctions is crucial because it affects how we approach treatment and support for those living with bipolar disorder. Now, let's talk about recognizing the symptoms of bipolar disorder because this is where many people struggle. It's easy to dismiss mood swings as just part of life, but there are specific signs to look out for. Manic symptoms, increased energy, activity or restlessness, excessive happy or irritable mood, racing thoughts and rapid speech, decreased need for sleep, impulsive or risky behavior like spending sprees or reckless driving. Hypomanic symptoms. These are similar to manic symptoms but less severe and don't cause significant impairment in social or occupational functioning. Depressive symptoms, persistent sadness or hopelessness, loss of interest in activities once enjoyed, changes in appetite or weight, sleep disturbances, insomnia or sleeping too much, fatigue or loss of energy, feelings of worthlessness or excessive guilt, difficulty concentrating or making decisions, thoughts of death or suicide. If you or someone you know is experiencing several of these symptoms for an extended period of time, it's essential to seek help. Recognizing these symptoms is the first step toward getting the support needed. Now, let's talk about why seeking help is so crucial. Unfortunately, there's still a stigma surrounding mental health, and many people feel ashamed or embarrassed to talk about their struggles. But here's the truth: seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. There are several effective treatments available for bipolar disorder, including the following: psychotherapy, also known as talk therapy. This involves working with a mental health professional to explore your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is particularly effective for bipolar disorder. Medications, mood stabilizers, antipsychotics, and antidepressants can help manage symptoms. It's essential to work with a healthcare provider to find the right medication and dosage for you. Lifestyle changes. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, and good sleep hygiene can significantly impact your mood and overall well being. Even small changes can make a big difference. Support groups. Connecting with others who are experiencing similar challenges can provide a sense of community and understanding. Mindfulness and meditation. Practices like mindfulness can help you manage stress and improve your emotional regulation. If you're hesitant to seek help, remember that you don't have to go through this alone. Reach out to a trusted friend or family member, or consider talking to a mental health professional. Now, let's address the stigma and misconceptions surrounding bipolar disorder, because this is a significant barrier to seeking help. Many people still believe that bipolar disorder is just a phase or that it's something you can snap out of. This kind of thinking can be incredibly harmful. Bipolar disorder is a legitimate medical condition, and it requires appropriate treatment and support. There's also a misconception that only certain people can experience bipolar disorder, and that it's a sign of weakness or that it only affects those who have experienced trauma. The reality is that bipolar disorder can affect anyone, regardless of their background or circumstances. This stigma can prevent people from seeking help, and it can also lead to feelings of isolation and shame. It's essential to challenge these misconceptions and create a more supportive environment for those struggling with mental health issues. So, what does recovery from bipolar disorder look like? It's important to understand that recovery is a journey, and it can look different for everyone. For some, it might mean finding the right combination of therapy and medication. For others, it might involve making lifestyle changes or finding new coping strategies. The key is to be patient with yourself and to recognize that progress may not always be linear. It's also crucial to have a support system in place. Surround yourself with people who understand what you're going through and who can offer encouragement and support. This could be friends, family, or even support groups. And remember, it's okay to ask for help, whether it's reaching out to a therapist, joining a support group, or simply talking to a friend. Taking that first step can be incredibly empowering. Finally, let's talk about the importance of education and awareness. The more we understand about bipolar disorder, the better equipped we are to support ourselves to others. Education can help reduce stigma and promote understanding. It can empower individuals to seek help and advocate for themselves. It can also help friends and family understand what their loved ones are going through and how they can provide support. There are so many resources available for learning more about bipolar disorder, including books, websites, and support organizations. I encourage you to seek out these resources and share them with others. So, here's what I want you to take away from this video. First, bipolar disorder is a complex mental health condition that affects millions of people worldwide. It's not just a passing phase, and it requires appropriate treatment and support. Second, recognizing the symptoms of bipolar disorder is crucial for getting help. If you or someone you know is struggling, don't hesitate to reach out for support. Third, the stigma surrounding mental health needs to be challenged. We need to create a more supportive environment for those struggling with bipolar disorder and other mental health issues. And finally, recovery is a journey. It may take time, but with the right support and treatment, it is possible to overcome bipolar disorder and lead a fulfilling life. If you found this video helpful, I'd love it if you could give it a thumbs up. And if you want to learn more about mental health and well-being, definitely subscribe to the channel. But here's what I really want you to do. If this video changed how you think about bipolar disorder, go check out the other videos I created about general health. I also have other videos talking about psychiatric nursing. Go check the one out. Because understanding these connections is crucial for living a healthier, happier life. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.